Hello everyone, this is going to be another Starcraft 2 replay on Kulas Ravine versus a Protoss opponent. And I already have a massive positioning advantage as I am spawned in the top right, where he is spawned in the bladder controlled nerfed position, i.e. pouring water the entire time you're sitting in your base. Good to know the counter to different things in Starcraft 2. So the counter to the pissing fountain here is turning off the ambient sound. So we're going to do that for this match, just so you guys don't also, my 300 subscribers don't piss their pants as well. And, okay, before you start flaming this video hardcore, this is not going to be a very competitive match. Yes, I'm in Diamond League, and yes, this guy sucks. So I don't know whether I just happen to be placing against a high-level Gold League person, or low-level Platinum or something, or whether he's just testing a new build. But this is not going to be about a competitive match. This is more going to be about kind of how to think on the fly, which is what I had to do. And I'm not even sure how if I reacted was right or not. I just knew it wasn't probably a smart idea for me to do my standard build. So with that said, I am scouting fairly early because I am against a random opponent, not Protoss, so I don't really know what I'm up against yet. And I missed the scouts. I'm only knowing now that I'm up against Protoss. So I'm doing my standard build of Command Center at, Planetary Fortress at my expansion. And Kulas Ravine, I like to take the high yield as my natural expansion. But when I scouted him, I saw a forge done first with 2 cannons. So immediately I have to stop and think here. What could this mean? He's turtling in hard at the beginning. Okay, A, he's a complete noob. Probably not likely as I'm diamond. Like, I don't get placed against silver or bronze anymore. And if I do get placed against gold, it's usually someone who's number 1 or 2 in their division. So I'm guessing it's probably a really fast teching strategy. I'm thinking fast tech to Dark Templar, fast tech to Void Rays, or maybe some sort of weird 2-base carrier fast tech. So my immediate reaction to that is I would like to get Vikings out fast to counter this. I know he went Forge first, so he doesn't even have a gateway yet. So he won't be that fast. So I'm actually going to go 1-1-1 build following my fast expand build. Now I don't suggest this standard because you have like no army when you do the fast expand, and then you're going to tech immediately afterwards, so you'll still have no army. But I think I really want fast Vikings, so I place my barracks and then my factory, and as soon as the factory's done, I'm going to build my starport. And my idea is to get Vikings out fast because I think that'll work well versus both Void Rays and carriers. Nope, I haven't scanned them yet. Yeah, so I'm still playing fairly blind, except for the fact I know he's turtling. I also transferred out my SCVs like nice and early to the Planetary Fortress. There's 2 reasons for that. One, I like to do it early on Kulas Ravine before the fortress is done, just because if he ends up sending his army outside here, I'll never be able to transfer out. And even if I do, it'll tip him off that I have this expansion, because sometimes this goes unnoticed for quite a while. And the other reason is, since he turtled in, I know there was no chance of a fast rush coming in, so I knew it was safe to send out early. So I do scout his base. I see he's cutting through these rocks. And I see a fleet beacon. I didn't see the Stargate, but that's assumed since I saw fleet beacons. So I'm like, okay, it's going to be some sort of weird carrier play. So I'm going to continue with my fast Vikings. And the other nice thing about this, I want to talk about a little bit, is that I can always transition back to my bio ball. Like normally I get a bunch of barracks, and then I get a starport with reactor. Well, this way I'm just getting 2 barracks, a starport and reactor, and then if I need to transition, I can build a bunch more barracks again. But now that I've seen Fleet Beacon, I'm sticking with the Mass Vikings. I tried to land here before he busted through his rocks to pick off the Zealots, but that didn't work out. So I just harass up here a little bit. No way to get into his base with all these cannons, so I just pull back. And all these shields are going to repair, unfortunately. I did take the 2 Zelnagas, so if you look at the map, I have pretty good sight on the mini-map here. And my idea was just to keep building Vikings and keep pump out a decent number of Marines. And I really want to hit him before he gets that critical number of carriers, because then even like mass Vikings could have a lot of trouble. But against 1 or 2 carriers, I should be able to handle it okay. I blew up my own rocks and setting up a 3rd expansion. This is a rare case where my opponent's actually turtling harder than I am, so I'm the one who gets to expand all over the map if I choose to, which is what I'm going to do. And I also loaded up a couple medevacs full of Marines. Scouted they's got 2 cannons here, so I'm going to land over here. Tell you to attack my Marines and my Vikings. Marines kill the Zealots, and the Vikings kill whatever area happens to have. So, no air here, I'm just going to land the Vikings. The Vikings do pretty well versus ground. I mean, their attack damage is nothing to be scoffed at. They do die fairly fast, though. So I am taking out this expansion, but at the same time, his 5 rays are out, and 5 fully charged Void Rays is a scary sight. And of course, I can't micro 2 things at once, so I send my Vikings back over there. At the same time, I'm saying, okay, what can I do with my Marines? They haven't come into his base. I'm like, yeah, let's forget about the simulator, see if I can get into his base. Kind of reaches refinery, nope. Can I get in? Not really. Stalkers. Same time, I haven't been microing this. Void Rays have gone into my main now. I'm way too close to start kiting now. I mean, I can't outrange him by much, or I don't race him by much, so... Kiting wasn't even necessary either when I had that many Vikings. At the same time, I did spot a good number of Stalkers, so I gotta get out of here with my Marines. Marines don't do that well versus Stalkers. So I load up, and I decide to head back to the Zelnaga. My expansion I set up here, this command center, since I saw the Void Rays coming in, I decided to send it off the other direction. So I'm setting up a hidden expand in this corner rather than expanding nearby. I'm not going to go back to the high yield again. I mean, there's only 6 mineral patches, and between mules and the fact that they're high yield, you drain them really fast. So this is more or less drained. Yeah, there's only like a quarter of the minerals total left, so I'll be expanding elsewhere. And here we go. This is more of a scouting decision here. Now that I've seen he's gotten a bunch of Stalkers, I'm like, okay, he knows I have a bunch of Vikings, and he's getting a bunch of Stalkers. I'm pretty sure he's transitioning back to gateway units. So at this point, I have thrown down a bunch more barracks, and I'm really going to concentrate on getting Marauders out. Also working on my upgrades for my Marines now. I did go 1-1 on my air units, because if he was going to stick with carriers, I wanted my Vikings as tough as possible. So it looks like he's going to try to take his 2nd expansion again. I think I've had a significant lead this entire game in economy. I think I've almost always been 1 base ahead, and my harvester count is basically double his. He's blowing out his back rocks. Not sure if that's a smart decision by him or not. I think that would more help him than hurt him. Oh, I guess he has to exit. I guess this is more or less the Portas strategy, like on Blistering Sands. You wall off the only entrance, and then you turn your rock wall entrance into your main entrance. So I did pull a bunch of SCVs to actually repair my Vikings. Some of my Vikings are back to more or less full health. And yeah, more or less just massing up my bioforce here and eventually hoping to win the game with my superior economy. So I got 4 barracks on the go. I guess it's an okay number, but I got a lot of minerals in the bank. I should really have thrown down like maybe another 4 barracks, I think. Oh, missed the battle. So he decides to try to blink in on me and attack, but honestly, he had an observer here. He should have known that versus this many marauders, it was suicide. I mean, gateway units alone without Templar cannot battle the Bio Ball at all. You need Templar or you need Colossus. That's just a fact of life. But now that I do have my first Ghost out on the field, I am moving out. So yeah, I set my Ghost to control Group 2. And more or less ready to end this game. If you look at the army counts, you can see I'm well ahead. Basically double his army. That was meant to be a scout. Didn't get in very far. And I want to talk a little bit about the major mistake he made here. Like, given he wasn't going to win this battle no matter what anyways, but he places 2 nice walls there. Now all of a sudden, only this sliver of units here can actually fight back. All the rest of my units have to run all the way around the walls to like this area to attack. So he's got a nice advantage. All his stalkers get to attack, where only a small handful of mine get to fight back. So these walls gain them, I keep calling them walls, what are they, force fields? I should learn these stuff, yeah, force fields. So these force fields give him a major positioning advantage. So what does he do? He blinks. Now, all of a sudden, his front line of stalkers are within range of any unit within inside this box of mine. So he's more or less given away his positioning advantage, and now I got an easy easy battle to win with my numbers being significantly larger. EMP is just to rub salt in the wounds, and that more or less ended. He does still build a Void Ray. Yeah, maybe he doesn't know the Vikings can actually pick back up into the air after they've hit the ground, I don't know. And that is GG. So again, save your flames about, okay, everyone sucks, I can't believe this is a diamond match. This is more just a video to kind of get you thinking a little bit differently. Kind of shows the importance of scouting. Obviously when you see a turtling Protoss, you should be thinking he's doing something weird, involving some sort of fast tech. I would probably say Void Ray Rush, Carrier Rush, or Dark Templar Rush. And then how to react to it. And I think in this case it was perfectly reasonable for me to go 1-on-1 builds right after getting my Planetary Fortress fast expand. I mean, yeah, that gave me very little forces, just a few Marines, but I wasn't going to be facing any attack, and I think the fast Vikings really would help me in this case. Had I just gone my regular Bio Ball and he either like 2-based to like that critical carrier mass, I would have been having a lot of troubles with that. Or even versus like a significant amount of Void Rays, I would have issues with that if I didn't get like key turrets and a good Marine count and stim. So yeah, I don't have much more to say about this video, but yeah, more videos come. Thanks everyone.